So today I'm going to show you how I make these cute little cameos out of polymer clay with bezels. I'm starting off with Fimo Effects, and it's supposed to come out like jade, this one. It's a little bit softer than what I'm used to once it's been worked with, so it's a little fussier in the mold. And this is a Fimo mold as well. So just make it as tidy as you can and as flat as you can. As you can see, I am really fussing with it. So I'm going to mix some black and some intense blue to make sort of this midnight bluey gray color. And I am just going to work it into this bezel. And this is a 30 by 40 millimeter bezel. And you can bake inside of it, which is great. So just use your little rolling pin and smooth it out the best you can. This sometimes takes a little bit of fussing to get it tidy. I like to smooth it with my finger, give it like a nice little cleaner edge. And if it's not totally flat and there's like little divots, try and go back and fill it in. You really do want as flat of a surface as you can. It doesn't have to be flawless at this point because you are going to fuss with it a little bit, but anyway. So usually what I do is I press the two together and they will come together, but I'm using Sculpey and Fimo, which in this case didn't quite stick as well as sometimes it does. Just sort of peel it out. There we go. Yay! And now just adjust your little seahorse. Get it on there as nice and centered as you like. And I'm going to use my little sculpting tools to smooth it out and really bind it. Because a cameo looks carved naturally. I mean, that's what it actually is, a cameo, right? It is carved. So I like to blend it in and sort of give it that more authentic texture. You don't have to. You can make it however you want, but I like to, for sure, at least blend it a little bit. It also secures it on there really well. And I like my seahorse with a little bit more texture than what the mold actually offers. But it's a really great starting point. And again, you can be as fussy or as unfussy as you want to be with it. And if you have trouble with it not adhering well, which you really shouldn't, you can always use a few drops of liquid Sculpey and just bind it that way. As you can see, I emphasize the eye and the ridges and everything like that. Now I'm going to make a little small one. This is, I think, 18 by 25 millimeter bezel. And here I'm using a purple, straight out of the package. It sort of looks royally blue here, but it is purple in person. This one I fussed with a lot less. Burnishing with my finger. And I find the shell and the sand dollar come up pretty well for these little cameos. So I am filling both of these in. I don't wind up doing both of these. I decide midway through. But I do end up making a bead out of the sand dollar. And same idea, you can try squishing them together. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. This is a it doesn't. And of course I've slightly angered the polymer gods. So now I'm adding a little bit more on there to give it a little more of a connection point. And again, it's still being cranky, but it came out easily, so I've just gently squished it on with my finger. Obviously, if it's really soft, don't do it that way. Give it a minute to cool down. But it was cold in my room and it worked out great. I just gently squeezed it on there. I didn't even blend or anything. Just nice, clean, simple, and cheerful. So here's the seahorse, and here's my little shell. Now I'm just going to put bails on them, and they're ready to be necklaces now. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. This is one of my favorite little fun things to make, and especially to give as gifts. They're always well received, and they're cute and different, and they're genuinely pretty. I mean, it's a fun cameo. So anyway, I really hope you enjoy, and I'll see you again soon.